Hello, Joel Tadman here from Golf Monthly, and today this is my review of the new Wilson Staff C300 driver. Now, Wilson haven't done a C series driver before. Remember, C stands for crossover within the feel, crossover and distance categories. This sits right in the middle, so it's aimed at a wide spectrum of players who value distance and feel, but also forgiveness as well. And Wilson say that this new C300 driver delivers all those things. It does that through a combination of technologies. We've got power holes on this driver, which we saw in the C200 irons, which was a really good set of irons, to be fair. It had power holes all the way around, minimise contact with the face and the body, allow the face to deflect more, give you more distance. So you can see here we've got 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top. We've also got a new reactive face here from Wilson, going to help give you more ball speed across the face. We also see more adjustability here. So we've seen this before on F-Series drivers with the 3 adjustable weights here on the bottom, 2 6-gram weights and 1 2-gram weight. You can play with those, move them around, give you different shot shapes and different launch conditions depending on your preference. Another way you can adjust this driver is through the hosel. You've got green means goes adjustability here, so you can essentially lift the head up and tweak it, turn it without having to take the whole head off. So it just makes it a little bit easier. I actually had a play with it myself and noticed actually there's no plus 1.5 degree option on here, whereas there is a minus 0.5, which is a little bit strange. But that said, I really like the look of the Wilson Staff C300 driver for a number of reasons. I like the fact that the main technology story, the power holes, is visible on the shelf. It really draws you in. They've also got potentially a performance benefit when you look down. Not only do they frame the ball symmetrically either side of the Wilson logo in the middle, but also highlights the face angles, so going to give you perhaps an alignment benefit there, in addition to the contrast between the black face and the deep red crown. And that deep red crown actually looks really great. It's a nice shape from Wilson. It's a 460cc head, but it's just a really inviting shape to hit, very traditional with a little bit of modern technology thrown in there. I tested it at Foresight HQ using the GC2 launch monitor, using the Fujikura Pro 58 stiff shaft, just the stock stiff shaft, using premium golf balls. Played around with a few different settings to try and get the most out of this driver. So let's have a look at the launch monitor data, see what we got. Okay, so when I tested this driver, I started with the 2 heavier weights, the 2 white coloured weights in the front. I thought that would be the best for me, kind of spreading the weight evenly between heel and toe and also towards the face, so to reduce spin slightly. You see from the numbers, I didn't quite get the overall performance I was looking for. It was launching okay at 14.9. The spin was pretty low at 1900. Average carry of 269, which is pretty good, but I felt like I could get a little bit more out of it. So what I then tried was upping the loft to 10 degrees and also putting the weights into more of a fade position to see if that would straighten the ball flight out and also give me more ball speed. But actually adding loft actually hindered me slightly. You can see the ball speed came down. The spin went up to where I'd want to be with that launch angle, but the distance actually came down a little bit. The peak height was touch height 38 and average carry was down to 267. So then finally I had the same weight setting but in 9-degree loft, and that was the killer combination for me. It really delivered the best of both worlds. You can see the ball speed was maxed out at 153. The spin was pretty low, 1800, but you see the launch 15.5. So that high launch, low spin combination really worked for me. You see I got an average carry of 275 yards, which is really impressive indeed. Nice peak height, 37 yards. So generally speaking, that was definitely the killer combination for me. And with a possible 54 combinations of loft and weight position, it goes to show it really does involve a lot of trial and error to get the right spec with this driver. Obviously do it under the watchful eye of a PGA Pro. You should get the most out of this C300 driver. When you find that winning combination, the performance you're going to get is fantastic. What I like about this driver is not only did it, once I got the right weight combination and loft, did it give me excellent performance, but it feels and sounds really good. Much improved on, say, the D300 driver, which perhaps had quite a loud tinny sound. This has a little bit of that, perhaps to a lesser extent, and it definitely feels a lot more solid across the face. Those power holes, whether they're working to give me that extra speed over D300, didn't really hit D300 all that well. Perhaps it was down to the lightweight shaft. So to summarise, this driver is an excellent offering from Wilson. It comes in at £349, which is kind of towards the mid to low price point in the driver market in 2018, and for your money you're getting an awful lot of performance and a lot of adjustability. Once you fine-tune the weights and the lofts to get the right setting for you, the performance you should experience is pretty impressive. It's certainly up there with a lot of drivers that are a little bit more expensive. So really impressive from Wilson. It looks great as well. I think if you put it down behind the ball, you'll love the look of the power holes, the deep red matte finish. So not only does it look great, it performs really well. So play around with the weight and the loft of this Wilson C300 driver and you should experience some really good performance.